Well, good morning, Cameron University. On the eve of the big G20 summit, the countries participating are at odds with another. Antarctica and Greenland are melting at a quicker pace than expected, and campus is bustling with new students and Whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, you were out sick last week, so I figure I'd take some precautions.
Isn't this a bit much, seriously?
You can never be too careful. All these stories, plus your 3-day forecast and Aggie events, are coming up next on Top of the Hour.
Live from the CUTV studios. It's all Aggie, all the time. It's your source for everything Cameron University. It's Top of the Hour with Kyle Luters and Amanda Finch.
The Obama administration is pressing for world leaders to overcome differences on financial and environmental issues on the eve of the G20 summit. The summit, which is scheduled to last from Thursday afternoon until Friday afternoon, is being held in Pittsburgh and is considered a critical event in President Obama's foreign agenda. At the summit, President Obama has said that he will push for an end to government subsidies that encourage the use of fossil fuels. The push is likely to meet opposition from China, Russia, and India.
According to a recent satellite imaging test, scientists have found that ice sheets in Greenland and western Antarctica are disappearing faster than originally predicted. Using a complicated system that involves over 50 million laser readings, scientists at NASA discovered that some areas of Antarctica are losing as much as 30 square feet of ice a year. The yearly rate of thinning ice from 2003 to 2007 is up over 50% than it was from 1995 to 2003.
This year, Cameron University has been trying a new way to get students their financial aid. It's called the Aggie One card, and it works a lot like your standard debit card. Refunds and financial aid are loaded onto the card from the university, and students can make purchases with the card everywhere MasterCards are accepted. According to Vice President of Business and Finance Glenn Pinkston, since the program's inception in May, over 3,000 refunds have been successfully distributed via the One Card direct deposit method.
One Cameron student is about to see what goes into being an athlete. Senior English major Bennett Dewan is attempting to learn and play several sports here on campus through a unique partnership with the athletic department. Dewan will begin playing tennis and volleyball and later progress into basketball. All of the training and competition will be videotaped and placed online at goaggies.cameron.edu.
New faculty and resident Dr. Justin Walton is hosting his first event for the 2009-2010 school year. The value of public service is intended to be a night where students can learn the true value of giving back to their country and communities. The event will be highlighted by a speech from Representative Joe Dorman. Dorman will speak on citizen involvement and its importance in our democracy. The event is scheduled for Tuesday, September 29th in the Shepler Ballroom at 7 p.m. Well, Amanda, increased enrollment is something that we've been talking a lot about, and there's a whole lot more students on campus these days.
That also makes finding a good parking spot a lot more difficult.
I just think you're a little bit lazy, to be honest with you, because there was someone's car in your parking spot this morning. True, but the increase is also good for Cameron, and this week I got the chance to take a closer look at those increases.
Mitchell Watson was frustrated with his education.
Dodge City, the program wasn't near to par. They were still using VHS tapes, and they have one camera set up and absolutely no digital video editing.
After a lackluster year, Watson's high school broadcasting teacher suggested Cameron University. Watson visited and liked what he saw.
I was really impressed with Cameron. The low price here is incredible.
Watson is a part of a 13% increase in enrollment for Cameron University this year. Jamie Glover, Associate Vice President of Enrollment Management for Cameron, says that the increase represents the second highest enrollment ever and is the most since 1994. According to Glover, one demographic made a huge impact on the numbers.
We have almost a 24% increase in first-time, full-time bachelor's degree-seeking freshman students.
According to the numbers, 30% of last year's Lawton Public Schools graduates are attending Cameron this fall. Enrollment is also increasing from areas outside of Lawton.
We had a 59% increase in the number of students attending here from the counties around Oklahoma City than we've seen in the past.
Cameron may be seeing an enrollment increase, but it's also seeing a decrease in its budget to the tune of 5% and counting. Cuts will have to be made, but Glover says that they will be done with the student in mind.
We will make cuts in places that don't affect students long before we ever do anything that will affect the quality of education that students receive at Cameron University.
While Glover faces the challenge of duplicating this year's enrollment numbers for next year, Watson's challenge is a bit simpler.
Finding a job in Lawton has been really difficult for me.
While Glover said that most of the increase came from the freshman class, another area that saw a big increase was adults coming back to school. With the bad economy, adults coming back to learn new skills or update existing ones means more students in these halls.